our Metta meditation in daily life. So today is this morning is the Dhamma talk sections. Before we go to the Dhamma talk sections, I would like to remind you two important points. One is always mute your audio, and two, please always turn on your video. So I shall invite Bhante, Nyanaramsi, to give us the 5 precepts. First, we pay homage to the Triple Gem. Buddhang Bushen, Dhammang Bushen, Sanghang Bushen, and now we are also going to ask for 5 precepts. Aham Bhante, Sangsara, Vatta Tukhato, Mojanataya, Tisaranena Saha, Pancha Silang, Dhamma Yajami, Anugahang Gatawa, Silang Teta, Me Bhante. Tutyampi, Aham Bhante, Samsara, Vatta Tukhato, Mojanataya, Tisaranena Saha, Pancha Silang, Dhamma Yajami, Anugahang Gatawa, Silang Teta, Me Bhante. Tatiyampi, Aham Bhante, Sangsara, Vatta Tukhato, Mojanataya, Tisaranena Saha, Pancha Silang, Dhamma Yajami, Anugahang Gatawa, Silang Teta, Me Bhante.
Ya Maham Vadami Tamodeta
Ama Bhante.
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Buddhaṃ Saranang Gacchāmi.
Buddhaṃ Saranang Gacchāmi. Dhammang Saranang Gacchāmi. Sanghang Saranang Gacchāmi. Tutiyampi Buddhaṃ Saranang Gacchāmi. Tutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchāmi. Tutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ Saranang Gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchāmi. Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchāmi.
Saranagamanaṃ Paripunnam
Ama Bhante.
Panatipata Veramani
Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Atinādāna Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Kāmesu Miccācārā Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Musāvādā Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Surāmeraya Maccappamatthāna Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Imani Pancha Sikkhapadani Samadhiyami. มานิปัญจสิกขาปทานิสมาธิยามิอิมานิปัญจสิกขาปทานิสมาธิยามิ
อิดาเมสีลัง
อิทังเมสีลัง
มากาภาลายานาสา
มะกะภาละยานัสสา
ปัจจายโย
ปัจจโย
โหตุ
โหตุ
อาปมาเดนะสัมปาเดธา
อามะสาธุสาธุสาธุ Now we shall would like to invite Venerable Bhante Nyanaramsi to kindly give us a Dhamma talk.
A very good evening, a very good morning to all pious yogis. May you always be heedful, always. In the words, heedful to the practice of Dhamma. A very good morning to all pious yogis. May you be always heedful to the practice of the true Dharma, undertaking the practice of the three kinds of training, or training in morality, or training in concentration, training in wisdoms diligently. So this morning, I shall continue to explain some more points of about the practice of loving kindness. So, in accordance with the commentary, if a yogi thinks that he or she has no enemy, then he or she should not bother about to practice metta for the fourth category of individuals. Some people might think that they belong to the type of a great person, a great person, a great man, um, does not perceive another as an enemy, even though when the others um, doing him or her some harm. So, but that uh, great person will not have any thoughts of aversion, dislike, or anger. So that great person does not perceive others as an enemies. But for those who have enemies, that means the, they regards certain individuals as their enemy, someone whom they dislike, or those who are not friendly, showing a lot of hostility. So it's important to overcome one's own enemy. There's the dosa, or all forms of hatred, anger, aversion, and so on. Um, so meditators um, who do not have the time or the good opportunity to practice metta intensively in a retreat, then they may um, practice metta um, to the individuals that belong to the four categories. Um, Meditators may begins their daily practice of loving kindness. For example, during sitting meditation, meditators begin with themselves by developing the thoughts of loving kindness for themselves for about 3 to 5 minutes. Then they may choose one or two good objects of loving kindness. So here, meditators have to begin with the good object of loving kindness in order to arouse the feelings or thoughts of loving kindness. Um, so the good object, the metta towards a good object, serve as a foundation to the practice. When meditators are able to develop the thoughts of loving kindness, then they uh, should carry forward that feelings of loving kindness, for example, to the individuals in the third group or the individuals in the fourth group. Mm, so meditators also can practice in this way at home, or when they practice at other place, but not yet intensively. So when meditators are able to carry forward the feelings of loving kindness, the thoughts of loving kindness towards the individuals in the third category, if they are successful, then they would regard the individuals in the third groups or third category as someone whom they love dearly. In other words, the individuals in the third groups become those individuals in the second group or second category. Similarly, meditators may train themselves to carry forward that feelings of loving kindness from the good object to the individuals in the four groups. Um, so when meditators begin to practice loving kindness towards the um, fourth categories, for example, may so and so be well, happy, peaceful, may so and so be healthy always. If, if the feeling of anger or hatred has arisen, then meditators may not be able to continue the practice. Sometimes the mind is overpowered by the unwholesome mental states of hatred, anger. Then meditators may go back to the good object of loving kindness again. So in that way, meditators going back and forth between the good object and the um, um, objects of loving kindness in the fourth category. If meditators are able to make progress in this way, then gradually they will regard that object as um, as a as a individuals in the third groups, um, or in other words, as a neutral person or indifferent one. Um, so if meditators keep on practicing towards the same person, eventually that person, meditators also will regard that person like individuals in the second category. In the words, meditators also will regard that person as a lower person, someone whom the meditators love dearly. Uh, so it takes times, but it's very um, beneficial to our progress in the spiritual journey. Um, but when meditators keep on practicing, for example, to an individuals in the fourth categories, they keep on practicing, for example, to one of their enemies day by day, even though they put forth effort to direct the thoughts of loving kindness towards that enemy for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but the feeling of anger um, is very persisting. Um, um, then meditators may um, do some contemplation. Um, so this contemplation is um, taught in the scriptures uh, as well as commentaries. This contemplation helps the meditators to overcome the feeling of anger, hatred towards the enemies um, or the antipathetic person or hostile person. So one of the contemplations uh, taught in the scriptures and the commentary is to uh, contemplate the ownership of karma. Um, I'm sure many of you are familiar with the teachings of karma or the contemplations of the ownership of karma. Um, so, when loving kindness meditators have been practicing towards towards the same enemy again and again, yet they could not overcome the anger or hatred towards the enemy, then meditators um, um, may contemplate the ownership of their karma. Or um, first, meditators may contemplate that what's the point of getting angry with this person whom I dislike or who is very unfriendly to me, always create a lot of troubles in my work and so on. Um, um, isn't it this karma um, um, created or caused by anger will lead to my uh, own harm or suffering. Um, so um, meditators contemplate that. and the owner of my own karma, heir to my karma. Heir means I shall inherit the results of the karma. Um, so karma is the origins of, or in the Pali, karma yoni means karma like the mother's womb. Um, so where a person is going to be reborn in the next existence, as long as one has not attained um, the highest stage of enlightenment, one will reborn again. So one of the factors that determine the destiny is karma. So it explains um, in the commentaries that it's because of dosa. Dosa, then one um, could reborn in the hell. Um, so if one wants to have a good rebirth, then one should overcome the dosa. Um, so similarly, it's because of loba, craving or greed. One will take birth again in the world of hungry ghosts. Um, it's because of moha or delusion. One may reborn uh, in the world of animals. Um, so um, one also contemplates that karma is one own relations or relatives. Um, um, when one has a um, perform a karma, then that karma will belong to that person. It's not possible to cut off the relationship between the doer and the karma. So that's why the scriptures say that karma is one relations or relative. And karma is one's refuge or sarana or karma pati sarana. One's karma is one's own refuge. Um, those who do not understand the Dhamma will be seeking refuge or protections from the external, for example, uh, God or divine beings and so on. But those who understand the teaching, they will realize that the karma that one had been doing through the thoughts, speech, or verbal actions and bodily actions are one's own protections, one's own refuge. Um, so whatever karma that one had done, one shall become the heir, or whether the karma is a good karma or evil karma. Um, so the karma created by anger, definitely is an evil karma that will cause suffering in future. So it's because of anger, unwholesome karma uh, created due to anger or dosa. Um, then one may take birth again in the states of loss. Uh, one will not be able to reborn in the um, happy states or happy world, present worlds, such as the human world or the world they was. Some will never. Um, it's because of anger, hatred, or dosa. One will not be able uh, to realize uh, enlightenment. Uh, so one contemplates that um, when there's anger, um, um, or there's a feeling of hatred, and there's a unwholesome desire arising, for example, to take revenge or thinking of some wholesome deeds, some unwholesome deeds that would cause pain, suffering to others. Um, then one you contemplate that um, is like a man who wants to hit another and picks up a burning ember or feces in his hand. So when one picks up a burning ember, then one will burn oneself. If one picks up feces, one thing to throw the feces at the others, one is first, in fact, makes oneself stink. Um, Similarly, one will contemplate that the others um, are the uh, owners of their karma and so on. Um, if if they are getting angry with me or um, attempt to harm me, to cause suffering to me, um, they shall become the heir of this unwholesome karma. Um, so karma are their origins. Um, Karma are their refuge as well. Um, they shall inherit whatever karma, either good karma or evil karma. So they shall inherit the results of either wholesome karma or evil karma. So their unwholesome actions, um, evil thoughts, evil speech, unwholesome body actions um, that cause pain, suffering to others. So their, their, their actions, like a man who want to throw dust at another against the wind and only covers himself with the dust. Um, so um, this is the one of the ways explained in the scriptures and uh, commentaries. Um, so when one contemplates the ownership of karma, one will understand that one has to take responsibility of one's own action, is because one shall inherit the results of the actions, and uh, unwholesome actions uh, due to um, um, uh, the roots of evil. Um, the roots of evils are loba, greed, or craving, dosa, hatred, of anger, ill will, moha, delusions. Um, uh, so um, these actions, I shall inherit um, the unpleasant results or painful results from um, these karma, which are caused by the evil roots. So when one contemplates on this, then one will make an effort to overcome dosa. So um, this is one the way to overcome um, feeling of anger by the contemplation of the Dhamma. Um, so we should uh, striving to develop these thoughts of loving kindness in order to overcome the opposite. There's a dosa. Uh, in order to be successful in the practice, meditators must be endowed with virtues or good qualities. Um, in the teaching of Karana Metta Sutta, um, the teaching of Karana Metta Sutta consists of the teachings of virtues, the teaching of concentration, in other words, how to develop the thoughts loving kindness and attain concentration. And the last stanza of the sutta is about the practice of insight meditation. So, if one aspire to make progress, then one must cultivate virtue. Virtue means good conduct or wholesome conduct. The word karaniya means that the Dhamma that should be practiced. Akaraniya Dhamma means the Dhamma that shouldn't be practiced. So if one wish to realize peace of the mind, peace here means santi. Actually, the word santi implies enlightenment. In other words, meditators have uprooted all kinds of mental defilements. Um, so when the Buddha said in this discourse, one should undertake the practice of Karaniya Dhamma in order to realize peace. So those who are very intelligent will understand that they have to undertake the three kinds of training. Training in morality, training in concentration, and training wisdoms. But those who do not understand the teaching, what is Karaniya Dhamma, the Dhamma that should be practiced, or should be carried out. And Akarya Dhamma, the Dhamma that one should abstain or should not do. Um, then the Buddha explained further what are the Karaniya Dhamma. So this Karya Dhamma uh, constitute what we call Pupa Bhaga Patipada, the preliminary practice before one uh, taking up the practice of loving kindness meditation. Um, but one one may undertake the three kinds of trainings at the same time. Um, uh, the word virtue um, sometimes it also refers to moralities, but virtue in general means good conduct, wholesome conduct, uh, praiseworthy conduct. In other good conduct praised by the Buddha, praised by the wise ones. So in this sutta, um, at, at the beginning of the sutta, about 2.5 of the stanzas are the teachings of the virtue. I shall go through briefly. The first virtue is Sako. Sako Ujucha Sujucha, Suachocha Sam Mudu Anatimani, and so on. So Sako means one who is able or one is capable to do it, able to achieve it. Then the next two virtue, the second is Uju, the third is Suhuju. Uju means upright. Suju means very upright. So what's been emphasized is not only upright. The conduct must be very upright. The fourth virtue is a suacho. Suacho means one is easy to be instructed, or one is happy. One is happily accept the instructions or the admonishments from others. The fifth virtue is a mudu, gentle. One's conduct must be gentle. And number 6, anati mani, or anati mana, not conceited. Conceit. Conceit means one has a lot of pride. Mana is one of the 10 kinds of mental defilements, and mana is uprooted completely at the highest stage of enlightenment. There's arahata magayana. But in this teaching, anati mana. So mana is conceit or pride. Ati mana means extremely conceit or pride. One has a lot of a conceit of a pride, very high mana. So the opposite of ati mana is anati mana. So not uh, very conceited. Um, a conceited person will be very arrogant. Um, um, so um, when a person is very arrogant, um, that itself is a hindrance to the progress of spiritual training. So um, then virtue number 7, santu sako, uh, contented. Um, as you know, uh, contentment is the precious treasures or precious wealth, um, as um, said in the Dhamma, one of the Dhammapada verses. Um, Health is the highest gain. So contentment is the precious treasures or the precious wealth. Um, so contentment is very important. Um, if one is not contented, then one may not able to have peace of mind. Um, one will always put forth, one always looking for something uh, one has not yet obtained, or even one has gained something that one wanted, but one is not um, satisfied with it. One will want to look more, and so on. And the virtue number 8 is Subaru, um, easy to support. Um, um, so the communists say that there are these four type of person. The first one is difficult to support by oneself. The second one is easy to support by oneself. The third is one is difficult to support by others. And the fourth one is easy to support by others. Um, so um, w- w- so this virtue is also important. Virtue number 9, apakicho, we feel duties. Um, so this discourse was given by the Buddha to a group of bhikkhus, uh, but the uh, lay disciples uh, who undertake the 3 trainings, um, such as the training concentration, um, by developing the thoughts of loving kindness. Um, then one also have to cultivate all these virtue in accordance to one's condition of life. Um, um, if one is always very busy with many duties, um, for example, take delights in um, um, beneficial works that are not beneficial, or delighting in talking, um, um, socializing, and so on, then it will become obstacles to the progress in spiritual training. And the next training, number 10, is Salahuka Uti, or living lightly. Um, Number 11, the virtue number 11, Santindriyo. Um, so you might find these virtues in the Karanya Metta Sutta. Some of you might have the habit of chanting, or chanting. You might be familiar with these virtues, but it's more important to practice it. Uh, so Santindriya, uh, calm faculties. So the faculties refer to the six senses, the six sense doors: eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind. Um, if one is always craving for sensual objects, enjoying sensual pleasures, then they will not be able to maintain a calm faculties. Um, um, when one always craving for sensual objects, uh, presence objects. Um, so when one has to encounter with unpleasant object or sensual object which are not agreeable, then anger will be arising. Or, so that craving for sensual pleasures, um, taking delights in sensual objects can cause the other defilements to arise. There's dosa, such as hatred, anger. When one encounters um, sensual objects which are not agreeable, um, so sensual objects are um, visible objects, sound, um, uh, smell, taste, tangible objects, and mental objects. Um, then the next quality, number 12, nipako, uh, prudence. Prudence. Um, so one um, has to know the right way or the correct way to practice concentration meditation, and the right way or the correct way to practice insight meditation, mindfulness meditation. It is similar to one who is working. Then one must know the jobs well, or one has to make an effort to learn the job well. So similarly, one has to be endowed with this virtue, nipako, so that one is able to uh, practice uh, concentration meditation correctly in order to achieve the aim of it. One has to know the right way to develop mindfulness, the way to cultivate insight in order to realize the aim of practicing it. Um, and the next virtue, um, apagabo means polite, or polite, um, bodily, verbally must be polite. The speech must be polite. Body action must be polite. Mentally should be polite as well. Um, if one always think of certain central object, or indulging in memories, present memories, presence mental object, then is also, then there's no mental politeness. Um, so in the verse 1, must engage in wholesome thoughts, beneficial thoughts, such as thoughts of loving kindness, thoughts of compassion. Um, um, then the virtue number 14, or Kureswa Nanugito, not attached to the people, uh, for the monk, not attached to the householders or lay supporters. Um, so this attachment um, um, is a hindrance um, to the progress of spiritual training. And virtue number 15, um, let one not perform the slightest wrong for which wise men would censure him or, or her. Um, so one should not think um, these um, these wrong, slight wrongdoings um, will not hinder the progress of spiritual training. Um, um, so these are the 15 virtues, or what we was known as the preliminary practice. Um, so one has to undertake the cultivation of virtue, um, uh, concentration, wisdoms together or simultaneously. Um, there's a saying that virtue purifying the wisdoms, wisdom purifying the virtue. It's like hand, the hand washing the other hand. Um, that thus both hands are clean. Similarly, when one undertake the training virtue, then it will become a supporting condition to mental training, or training in concentration and training wisdoms. When one makes progress in the training wisdoms, then one will establish firmer and firmer resolutions to purify the virtue, so that the conduct will be getting more and more purified. Um, so regarding the first three virtue, or Sako, able, Uju, upright, Suhuju, upright. So actually, these three virtues are related to the five factors of striving. Anyone who aspire to make a progress in mental training must be endowed with these five factors of trainings. Um, the word sako, or able or capable. In the verse, one has the confidence that I'm able to do it. I'm capable of doing it. If one thinks that I'm not able to do it, then one will not take interest in it. One will not be able to put forth effort to do it. So if one thinks that realization um, of enlightenments, or realizations of enlightenments is something that's realizable or achievable by me or by everyone. um, then one you put effort to follow the trainings. Um, uh, so when one has this virtue of a sako, able, um, then one will put forth mental effort. Is because meditation requires mental effort. Um, if one is not energetic, not willing to put forth mental effort, then it is not possible to undertake mental training or mental culture. You should, so mental training, mental culture, or mental development is usually known as meditation. Um, so meditation requires mental effort. Um, is one if one is lazy to put forth mental effort, then it's not possible to undertake the mental training. Um, Sometimes some people uh, do not like to do mental work. So if they do not like to do mental work, most likely they will not be successful in their life. Um, so because it's because of this virtue of sako, that's why one is able to put forth effort. So these five factors of striving um, is very important. Um, if one is able to endow with one or two factors of striving, one will be successful. Uh, if one is able to um, possess the five factors of striving, then definitely one will be successful in the spiritual training. One shall be able to realize the ultimate goal. Um, so the five factors of trainings, confidence. Um, Here the confidence means confidence in the enlightenments of Tathagata. You have the confidence in the enlightenments of Tathagata, in the Buddha, then definitely you have the confidence in his teaching or the training taught by the Buddha. Um, so when we say that one has a saddha of faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, actually the true sense or true meanings of confidence or saddha or faith here is confidence in the enlightenments of the Tathagata or the Buddha. Um, then the second factors of striving is one is free from illness, um, illness uh, and afflictions. Possessing a good digestion, there's neither too cool or too warm, um, and and able to withstand the effort of striving, the strains of striving. Um, Strains of strivings, in other words, one needs to put forth all the mental effort to strive. Um, then the third factors of striving, which is related to the second virtue and third virtue. The second virtue is uju, upright. The third virtue is suhuju, very upright. Um, so the discourse um, say that one is honest and sincere and shows oneself as one actually is to the teacher and one's com- companions in the holy life. Um, so one who live her holy lives is one who practices the noble eightfold path. Um, so honest and sincere is very important. Um, uh, in the Pali words, um, the Pali use the word asato hoti um, amayavi. Asato amayavi. So the word asato means not deceitful, um, not dishonest. Um, so asato means not deceiving others. It means one is honest to others. Amayavi means not deceiving oneself, being honest to oneself. Um, so the word uh, deceiving means, for example, uh, pretending to be endowed with uh, good moral conducts, but in reality, one doesn't observe the moral conduct well. So similarly, um, in the practice of meditation, uh, one must be honest in the practice. One should put all effort um, to cultivate the mind, to concentrate the mind on the practice. Um, so if one is not honest, um, for example, uh, to the co-meditators, um, then one um, during meditation, the mind is wandering, thinking all the time. Uh, um, Yet the meditators um, reports to the teacher or share the experience with the co-meditators um, by saying that um, my mind is I'm able to concentrate the mind on the object meditation all the time. So this is the third factors of striving. One is honest and sincere. Uh, Shows oneself as one actually is to the teacher and one's companions in the holy life. Um, so the Pali word here, um, asato hoti amayavi yathabudam atanam and so on. So asato means not deceiving others. Amayavi, not deceiving oneself. In other words, one has to be honest to others. One should be honest to oneself. Um, so that's why some teachers translate these words as one should not be a hypocrite. So um, then the fourth factors. there's one is energetic in abandoning unwholesome states and in undertaking wholesome states. So one's effort should be firm, launching his effort with uh, firmness and persevering in cultivating wholesome states. Um, so here, um, the effort must be firm, firm in abandoning unwholesome states and in the cultivation of wholesome states. The effort must be firm, um, um, launching his effort with firmness. In other words, this effort must be firm, steady, at the same time able to increase the effort gradually, um, and the efforts to be sustained. Um, um, so the Pali word here is a dara, dara viriya. The effort must be firm. Parakama viriya means the effort is ever increasing. Um, um, so dara parakamo, anikita duro, kuresu damesu. It means in the cultivation of this wholesome dharma, kusalesu means kusala means wholesome or dharma. The effort must be firm, ever increasing. Anikita duro. Um, Nikita, Nikita means to put down. Oh, Dura means uh, responsibility. So the opposite of Nikita Dura is Anikita Dura. Anikita Dura means not to put down one's responsibility. Um, so the, the, the teaching or the discourse it emphasizing that one should not put down one's responsibility. It is a responsibility of everyone to purify their mind. It is because of impurity of mind or the mind which is defiled by loba, dosa, moha. There's a um, cause of pain and suffering, not only to oneself, but to others or to the whole world. So, in the words, as long as one has not realized one's responsibility, there's purifying one's own mind, then one should not put down the responsibility. One should ensure that the effort is firm and the firm effort is ever increasing. So during the practice of meditation, such as loving kindness meditation, mindfulness meditation, meditators need to learn from their experience in order to uh, apply a balanced effort. Balanced effort means not too much, no, not too little. Um, if the effort is too strong, then um, it the too strong effort causes restlessness to the mind. If the effort is too little, the mind can become sluggish or falling into sleepiness. Um, so as long as meditators have not yet realized the ultimate goal of following the teachings of Buddha, that's to attain enlightenment or to realize the ultimate purity of mind, then one must increase the balanced effort gradually. Um, so this is a um, uh, fourth um, factors of striving. Um, so in Pali is Dara Parakamo Anikita Duro Kule Kusalesu Damesu. Dara Viriya, effort must be firm, steady. Parakamo, the effort is ever increasing. Um, then uh, Anikita Duro, do not put down one's responsibility. This responsibility is not only a responsibility towards yourself, but also um, for others. So that's why one of the teachings of the Buddha say, uh, for the sake of oneself, for the sake of welfare and happiness of oneself, for the sake of the welfare and happiness of others, um, one should uh, put forth effort to strive, to develop the path of Dhamma. So the word used here is striving, not trying. One must the effort to striving. Just like the discourse said that launching one's effort with firmness, um, and persevering in cultivating wholesome states. Um, then the last factor of striving, that's when one undertake the 20 wisdoms. One should be wise, possessing wisdom regarding the arising and passing away of the conditioned phenomena. So this wisdom is noble and penetrative that will lead to complete destruction of suffering. Um, so these five factors of striving um, should be endowed, or we can endow by the meditators, or in other words, they are the properties of the meditators. Um, um, Saddha, um, confidence, confidence of faith in the enlightenment of the Buddha. Uh, the second factor of striving, free from illness and affliction. In those one's healthy. Um, if one is not healthy physically, but when one is healthy mentally, then one should be able to put forth effort to to undertake the mental training. One should be honest and sincere. In this one is not deceitful. One should not be a hypocrite. Um, the effort, the fourth factor is one effort to be firm. The firm effort is ever increasing, persevering. Even the quality of perseverance is such that meditators will not give out the practice easily, even though meditators might encounter a lot of difficulties, hindrances in the practice. The fifth factor of striving is wisdom. So um, there's the there's when meditators will um, put forth effort uh, to cultivate wisdom by the practice of the four foundation mindfulness based on the concentration gained from the practice of Metta Bhavana. So I wish that meditators shall possess these properties of the meditators in those 5 factors of striving, so that you could abandon all kinds of unwholesome qualities or evil mental states and cultivating wholesome mental states, wholesome qualities, and fulfilling your responsibility as a man. Man here means manusa, so that you can live truly as a manusa and realize your ultimate goal in the spiritual training eventually and live in ultimate bliss.
We also thank you to Bhante Nyanaramsi for the Dhamma talk. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dhammam Vishen, Sangham Vishen. Yes. So we see you again this evening. Just would like to remind you, if you have any questions for this evening Q&A sections, if you have any questions, please kindly send it to WhatsApp, send it to the WhatsApp group or email at the email address shown below. To submit your questions is strictly between 4 till 5 p.m. Thailand time or 5 to 6 p.m. Malaysia or Singapore time. And we wish you to have a very good practice day. So